Hi, today we're with my special guest, Charley Williams, a marathoner and avid runner. And Charley, let me start by asking you, how did you get into running?
I got into running because of my daughter's leukemia considerations when she's back at a junior in high school. So I actually got started a little bit late in life.
Mhm.
Um, Someone at the University of Illinois Chicago Hospital had put into my hand a flyer that said, "Have you considered doing the Chicago Marathon with Team in Training?" They said also, very important, you may not want to act on this now because you're going through so much, but keep it. Later on, it may be
Mhm.
something you want to consider. I kept it for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
After 5 years, I looked at it, I saw it one day and said, you know what, I want to pay it back. So I've been involved ever since that, and I don't see myself stopping until somebody tells me I have to or my body quits on me.
Mhm. So you've done the Chicago Marathon 6 times, which is
Yes.
awfully impressive. Um, now that COVID has happened and it's made so many changes for all of us, and we don't have those in-person, big crowd races.
Right.
Um, what has how has the pandemic changed your training? How you run?
The interesting thing, and that's a great question because the team I've been running with, we've stayed together during the pandemic. We've done the social distance thing. We did, even when they were doing virtual races, we got together and did what we called the Prairie Path series, which is going to keep continuing even in this year at some point in time. We want to run together, but at the same time, I think the focus that we had from our team coming together helped us even as individuals, and I think that's one of the side benefits of running with a group. And so I kept it up. I haven't stopped for the last 10 months. I've been going pretty strong and keeping it up because of the team, and that's even during the pandemic.
Wow. So, are you more like you're talking about running with a team? So I'm guessing like you're more of the run with friends kind of runner as opposed to the solo introspective runner, or do you do a little bit of both?
I do both. I prefer solo, but I love running with the team. I had to work at that. I did not like running with people at all.
Mhm.
It was a struggle for me. And then the benefits of running with a team. I want to say, I mean, people will say, well, how do you get so many friends? A lot of my friends, probably 50% of them now, have really come from running with people. Uh,
Mm.
Runners are like-minded in
Yeah.
so many ways, and there's so many common denominators. So I've appreciated running with people, but believe me, I don't mind getting out at 3:30 and 4 in the morning and running by myself, and so that's long and short answer.
Mhm. Right. Once we have a light at the end of the tunnel, people are starting to get vaccinated. So, once things get back to normal and we can be in groups, um, is there a particular race you're really looking forward to?
Well, I'm finally looking to expand beyond the Chicago Marathon, but I know the course, and I think so many runners will tell you that, they know exactly what's coming up. They know where their favorite areas are. They know where the spots are where I don't, hitting a wall, if you train right, you really don't hit that wall, but
Right.
where you struggle a little bit or you need to focus. And there's things that I've learned by running in the Chicago race that I've started to use in others. So I'm looking to
Mhm.
expand. There's many people in Team in Training who have run around the world, and I want to do that. And I've learned from them, and they're supportive, and Team in Training has been supportive. So I'm a fan. I'm an ambassador. I'm involved, and I want to definitely expand past just the one focus that I've had.
Mhm. Is there any marathon in particular that's like your dream marathon?
Um, I want to run the Paris Marathon,
Mm.
specifically because one of my daughters is there and would love to run it over there. I'd like to take some of my kids with me as well. My wife would love to go back And, but I think that would be something that I would look forward to. I don't know if it's a dream marathon, it's on my bucket list to do. I would take any of the marathons. If you've ever interviewed Ron Williams, who I think is one of the most fascinating people I've met,
Mhm.
he has done so much, so modestly, and has so many stories. Um, his his achievement list is some of my bucket list.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and I've heard that the Paris Marathon, the course is just stunning.
Well, Mark Gregory, and who's our main coach,
Mhm.
uh, has run the Paris Marathon, so he knows that firsthand. And again, people in the group, you never know who you're going to talk to. All walks of life, all businesses. Most of the time, you have friendships with people that, I mean, they could be a CEO, a president, working in a data position. It doesn't matter, and you hit them on a whole different level, and it's so enjoyable. And then you find out, oh, they're so and so. It's like, but you know them as, the guy that's, either on your heels or the one that you're on their heels.
Right.
Passes you so fast. So the fastest in the group. But I'll tell you what, I've learned through marathoning that in my work, I've been challenged before that say, well, how do you know, you're going to follow through on this large project? I said, well, let me tell you about running. I finish. Okay. I finish what I start, and I mean it. So I finish my marathons. I will always get to the goal. Might not be the fastest one, but I'm going to get there.
Nice. If somebody finds out that you're a runner and mentions that they might want to start, what advice would you give them?
Start slow. Know yourself. Know your limits. Don't vault past your limits. You see other people running. You want to do the same thing. You're not that person yet. You can't. You can go. Maybe you be better than them, but you've got to start slow. And running a longer distance is a whole different discipline. Most of us think back to high school and how fast could we run the 100-yard dash, and then that's it. But no, I would say, start slow, have a plan, and don't forget your core muscles. Those will hold up during the race. So core is almost everything, but don't push it too fast and start to hit your knees and hips and everything else that you can get in trouble with.
Is there any particular kind of cross training that you do?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I like to bike, walk with my wife. Hiking is really good. We love to hike a lot. And so, yeah, I do get out. I'm active beyond running, but running has actually given me also balance in those other things, especially with hiking. We try to do some strenuous ones, and but even getting around the house up and down the steps all the time. I'm almost the age to get the shots and the vaccines. Not quite there yet. I'm 64 now, and I don't know how I got there, but I am. And I still feel like I'm, 35, and my running is good enough to be, with people in their early 50s. So I feel really good about that.
Great. And what would you say, other than, I mean, we've touched on this a little bit, talking about making those connections with people. What would you say that running has brought to your life outside of the fitness benefits?
I think it expanded my whole horizon with people. I've had a good group of friends, but and through business, but you start to narrow as you go along. So as I thought my focus was narrowing, running just expanded it, and it continues to expand it. My wife cannot believe how many people that I'm in contact with all the time, and she's like, "Where did all these people come from?" I said, "Running and people that know people that run." And I'm excited about it. It's given me a whole new group of people to get together with, socially as well, to get together. And when we talk, we have a common bond. We talk for miles.
Right.
I mean, that's so many benefits. I mean, if a person anybody who says that they can't run, just hasn't tried.
And talk a little bit about your involvement with team and training. You've been very involved with them. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm trying to be better on my involvement as well. Yes, I've been involved and I've raised funds, but again, there are people that have really committed themselves that I look to for experience and motivation as well, because there's more I can do. My goal is to pay it back as best I can and continue the effort. My daughter received so much help that I cannot begin to tell you all the different people that were involved. But even the person that placed the flyer in my hand when I was in the hospital 5 years before I ever started running. There's a lot of seeding that has to go on with the team training. I think they can get better at it. But there's a lot of people within the teams that are experts on how to get out and reach people. And I think there can be like myself and others, we can be a source of inspiration for the leadership of team and training as much as they are for us. But team and training provided me the opportunity to learn everything that we've talked about. And without that team, I could have given up pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very focused. I'm thankful for team and training and for the program that they have. Most of all, for the great cause that it goes to further science and how different cures. And my daughter was a recipient of one of those off the wall type things that just happened to happen. Mm-hmm. And I was so I will always promote that. Any mission moment we have, there are people in our team that have 10 times and 100 times more of a story than I do. And I listen to them, and they're phenomenal people who have risen over countless issues, with only themselves. And I look to them for their resiliency and confidence in moving forward themselves. So there's a benefit for everybody in getting together. I can't say enough about the group I'm with.
Right. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me and sharing your inspiring story with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate the opportunity. And I hope to see you and others out there running also.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.